So Tom, we were here actually 2 years ago.
I know.
You said you'd be back. You kept your word,
Yes,
as always. How does it feel to be back in Korea for the 12th time, which is amazing?
It's amazing. It's absolutely beautiful. And I just want to thank you all for the very warm welcome. I love being here. It's an extraordinary moment, to be here with this film, a film that we've been working on, between Dead Reckoning, this, and Top Gun Maverick. It's really been 7 years for Christopher McQuarrie and I, and our cast has been working on it for 5 years. So it's a great honor for me to be here.
The wing walking on the biplane sequence, it is absolutely incredible, very scary to watch.
Very scary to do.
Yeah, I'm sure it
fun,
was.
though.
And I hear that it was actually a particular childhood dream of yours. Can you tell us a little bit more about
Many
that?
of these things, like McHugh and I will go back and forth, and our whole relationship is kind of just stories and one story to the next. And I remember seeing wing walking when I was a little kid. And I always wanted to do that. I was on an airplane the first time that I flew, and when I get in an airplane, I was 6 years old, and I would think about what's it like being on the wing. I'm in the plane, but my imagination's like, I wonder how long I can hang on to that wing, and what would that be like.
That's actually where you want to sit.
Yeah, that's where I want to be. And I remember, we did that. McHugh put me on the side of that airplane. He was joking. He was like, "Hey, you want to do this on the side of the A400?" I was like, "Yeah, that sounds great." We did that.
You two quite literally had to face all the elements in the sky, underwater, and alongside Tom. We would really love to hear more about this.
Well, he would be he got in the water with me.
Right.
And direct me in the water. And he also, when we were working on the sequence, the aerial sequence, he's like, "Look, I need you to go from the wheel up to the wing and just move across there." And I was like, I can't quickly do that. He's like, "What are you talking about?" "Okay, well, just do what you can." I was like, "I want you to do this thing." I was like, "McHugh, I can't move like that. What can you do?" Because we were figuring it out as we were going along. And I said, "Listen, I can't even breathe. Like, when you get out, the wind hits you so hard, you stop breathing." I had to train myself to figure out how do I breathe, because also it's incredibly demanding. It's the hardest weight workout you've ever had. And so I finally said, "I don't know how to explain it to you. You just have to get on the wing and try it yourself." So I coached him. Yeah, of course he did.
I did.
I coached for 20 minutes. And
yeah, I had a nice 20-minute tutorial of how to walk on the wing of a plane.
How to not die. How to not die.
How to not die.
And I was like, whatever you do, don't do this.
Don't do this. Yes. And the most important part was when you're stepping out of the cockpit. You have to remember that you think you're putting your foot there, but when the wind hits your foot, you're actually putting it back there. So you have to do everything predicting where the wind is going to,
and the force of it to move your foot.
And
it's literally like stepping out into another world from when you leave the cockpit.
He gets in.